Okay, so we're here at NPR's national offices with NPR's Andy Carvin.
Hi, everyone.
He's involved in Hurricane Wiki, and now they're working on CrisisWiki.
Yep.
How's this project grown, and what are you working on now?
Well, the idea behind CrisisWiki is to create a wiki that serves as like an editable yellow pages of resources for people who are being affected by disasters or are concerned about people affected by disasters. We've done this before for a variety of crises, such as the tsunami in 2004, Katrina, Hurricane Gustav, and each time it was a fairly basic wiki with a lot of good resources built into it, sorted by different topics or different places. But every time a crisis happened, we'd have to start all over, essentially, and create a whole new wiki, get a whole new domain name for it, and reorganize the data all over again for that particular location. So what we're trying to do this time is we're creating a wiki called CrisisWiki, which, as the name suggests, isn't dedicated specifically to Haiti, but could work for any particular disaster or crisis. And we're doing it in a way that involves what's related to the semantic web. Now, if you're not familiar with the semantic web, it's an idea that you can basically take categories of information, descriptive information, and put it behind a URL, and so the URL might represent some particular aspect of a project. So if you've ever seen the Creative Commons project, for example, if you look at a page that has a Creative Commons license, the license is actually embedded within a URL, so a computer can pick that up and understand that there's data behind that URL representing what the legal structure is all about. What we're doing on the wiki is it's a little simpler than that, but it's kind of the same idea, in that we're trying to create collections of words that explain how they relate to each other. So, for example, Silver Spring is a community within Montgomery County, which is a county within the state of Maryland, which is within the United States, which is within North America, which is on planet Earth. So imagine doing that for pretty much every place on Earth. And doing it for topics as well. So the Red Cross is an aid organization, and aid organizations do this, blah, 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 blah. So we're creating these linguistic connections. Now, this sounds like a complete waste of time. I mean, why on earth would you do this? The reason you would do it is because when you have a wiki like CrisisWiki, let's say there's a bad tornado 6 months from now in Kansas. If you have these structures in place, you can press a few buttons and say an event has happened, it involves this type of disaster, and it involves this particular location. And the data in the wiki will kind of connect the dots and know what pages to assemble and point you in the right direction, so it knows to pull emergency management information from Kansas, pull resources related to tornado survivors, where to go apply for or where to go collect insurance, and if there's been a national disaster or state disaster declared, how the federal government will help pay for your homes. So the system ends up having this sort of intelligence based on all this metadata.